Hello, Pizza Pax here, and we're back with the third pre-release kit. This one is Golgari, Life, Death, Rebirth. All right. Let's get into this. All right. Fingernails are failing me today, so I have to use some assistance. Have our awesome green and black Golgari die. Kit, and we get Find Finality. Very nice. Very strong rare to have. Token with the code on the back. I still need to test out the codes and see how many I can turn in. I think you can only turn one in, so all the others will be posted up for whoever wants to try to use them. Got our 5 packs. Alright, let's see what is in our guild pack. We have Find Finality. Has 2 very strong abilities. Got the board wipe side and the return side. So, for a hybrid green-black, you get return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand, which is pretty decent and sealed. And then Finality, you have 4 green-black, or black, 4 a green, black and a green. You may put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, then all creatures get -4/-4 until end of turn, which is very strong. Good way to blow out our opponents. We have Golgari Locket, Status and Statue, which is a good combat trick and just a fantastic piece of premium removal. Crawl Swarm, good repeatable flying threat. Makran Assassin, so-so Death Toucher. That is a good way of, if you can pump it, clearing out several creatures at once. Crushing Canopy, a pretty good sideboard piece. Erstwhile Trooper, good solid threat. And our Stray, very, very good card. Just a utility creature that replaces itself. Shadow Knight. Poisoner, actually a very strong Death Toucher, especially in this set. Prey Upon to go along with our Death Touchers. Claw Recluse, good sideboard card overall. Just a solid way of stopping flyers, which are very prevalent in this set. Burglar Rat, a little bit of taxation on our opponent's cards, and Deadweight, which is one of the primo pieces of removal in the set, and then Golgari Guildgate. Right. Pull up so that we can start doing the normal thing. Alright. Pack 1. Let's see. Yeah, got a little more space between there than we really need. So we've got our Healer's Hawk. We've got a Healer's Hawk. Push these up so you can get everything in frame, hopefully. Apologies, my voice is slowly recovering. I lost it for a couple days. Coin Crab, First Strike, Collar the Culprit, Moodmark Painter, which could be good, and a Golgari Strategy Pax Favor, good combat trick that you can do for free sometimes. Veiled Shade, nice pumpable creature. Crawl Foragers, good late game, decent threat, but also just a good way to swing the game. Pick up a few life. Direct Current, great piece of reusable removal. Well, you get 2 uses out of it. Gateway Plaza. Great piece of fixing there. Beacon Bolt. So, absolutely amazing piece of removal that we probably won't be playing because we're likely not playing. Is it Guild Summit? Just so much value. You can tap some gates to get a whole bunch of value, and then it's a little draw engine built into things. Second status and statue. That is very powerful. And then we have Tashik, Legion's Edge, which we probably won't play. And is it Guild Gate? And a token. Alright, pack 2. Have maximize altitude that was inserted upside down, along with a disdainful stroke. Disdainful stroke actually might get played along with Guild Summit if we get enough good stuff. Right. Torch Courier, Hunted Witness, Crushing Canopy, so we've got some solid sideboard stuff. Severed Strands. Good way to remove things, especially if we have some tokens. Generous Spray. Spinal Centipede. Nice thing to sack. Deadly Visit. Fantastic piece of removal. Iron Shell Beetle. This little value creature. Beam Splitter Mage. Hellkite Whelp. Pilfering Imp. You know, not really the best, but can be good for clearing the way. Deafening Clarion. So we've gotten so far 2 very strong Boros cards. And is it Guildgate? Probably not taking the gate strategy here, unless we get like a couple of not Maze's End, but the green thing that tutors up gates, and then some more things like Guild Summit or like the big artifact guy. Locks it in Restorer, which is an interesting one. Convoke and gains life on a 3/4 body. Demure Informant. That could be an interesting thing to splash for. Artisan Bats, 3/1 flyer for 4. Best, but not terrible either. Portcullis Vine. That could be an interesting option. Good blocker early. Luminous Bonds. Candlelight Vigil. Piston Fist Cyclops. Pitiless Gorgon. That's kind of what we want to see. That's a good card for us. Fresh-Faced Recruit. Artful Takedown. We would actually consider splashing for this. It's a great piece of removal. It can deal with 2 creatures during combat, and just all around fit in with what we're already trying to do. Glaive of the Guild Pact. Okay, now this would be another reason to consider the gate strategy. Glowspore Shaman goes along with that. So we may take a self-mill theme here. Sprouting Renewal can be a good piece of removal and also effectively a creature. Bounty Agent. That's an interesting one. Probably not fitting into the plan that we have, but it might be worth splashing, especially since we have a Selesnya Guildgate now. We might be on like 4 or 5 color gates potentially, because we have some really good double. We've got some really good hybrid cards and gold cards, and we're getting a nice spread of gates overall. Hunted Witness. Unexplained Disappearance, another nice piece of removal. Moodmark Painter, nice way to push through some damage. Second Recluse. Second Artful Takedown. Now that really pushes me in the direction of splashing blue. Sumala Woodshaper, probably not where we're going. Devious Cover-Up, a little hard to splash. Rhizome Lurker. Now that is a premium card for our colors. Sky Knight Legionnaire, not really what we're looking for. Darkblade Agent, though. It's very splashable and very strong. So is Kempster's Insight. Then we have Discovery and Dispersal. Very strong piece of removal. And also fixing overall. Like, you don't even have to be playing blue to play this because of the hybrid on the first mode. Citywatch Sphinx, very powerful blue creature. Assassin's Trophy, there we go. That is premium removal for this set. And another Guild Gate. So it looks like we're probably going to be going Simic. Maybe splashing even some extra gates for something like Beacon Bolt. Yeah. We'll see. Probably splash in the 2 Artful Takedowns, and then the Sphinx and a couple of other things, like maybe the Darkblade Agent. Fastwall Adept. Just an interesting option for forcing through stalled board states. Maximize Velocity. Dozer of Lights. Not really what we're looking for. Urban Utopia, though. Good mana fixer and card draw. And the Storms. Capture Sphere, another premium piece of removal for the set. Golgari Locket, very nice. Maniacal Rage, not really what we're looking for. Hired Poisoner, good stall creature. Verdant Shield, Bernardi Shieldmate. Okay, Might of the Masses. Could be an interesting combat trick. Prepared for Battle, not really. You. Silent Dart. This is removal for if you don't really have other removal. Midnight Reaper. Ooh, that is interesting. And a Dimir Guildgate. Okay, I think we're going Sultai in this build. This, like, our red is very meh. Probably not what we're looking to do. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut that. As a result, probably also not playing the Sky Knight Legionnaire. Or the Tajik, or the Deafening Clarion. Both are very strong effects. Probably not playing the Beam Splitter Mage. Might play the Shieldmate, just because it's green. But what would we consider playing in white? Probably not good for battle. Maybe the Bounty Agent. Maybe the Luminous Bonds. Maybe Color the Culprit. Probably not playing Healer's Hawk. I think we might splash for the Bounty Agent just because we have so many gates. Because we could reasonably play every gate that we've pulled. There's not a single one that doesn't provide us colors that we want. So we may want to look at the Guild Summit as an option, just because that is a very powerful effect. We're absolutely playing Assassin's Trophy. We're absolutely playing the Find and Finality. And the 2 statues, Status and Statue. So that makes that very easy. We may want to consider playing the Beacon Bolt. Because it is fantastic removal and plays along with the gate theme that we already have going on. I don't think we're going to play the Bernardi Shieldmate. Like, it's mediocre. May want the Sumela Woodcaller. Artful Takedown is very strong. Glowspore Shaman, very strong. Glaive, very strong. Second Artful Takedown. Probably not the fresh-faced recruit. Don't know how I feel about the Piston Fist Cyclops. Probably not where we're looking to go. The Gorgon is solid. Discovery and Dispersal, also very strong. Darkblade Agent and Rhizome Lurcher, very strong. Also have the Trooper. It's just a solid creature. And the Assassin is okay. Alright, let's look at how many gates that we have that are actually playable. We got one. Might want to consider the Locket. Definitely want the Golgari gate. Selesnya is potentially playable. Exits are playable. Gateway Plaza we absolutely want. Second Golgari gate. So we've got 7 gates. I think that is more than reasonable to consider playing, especially if we're running 17 or 18 lands. And we would want to consider 2 Lockets. Midnight Reaper, we're absolutely playing. There's no reason not to. Consider the Bounty Agent, just because we've got the Selesnya Guild Gate and the Gateway Plaza. Play it. Let's look at our blue. I think we can go solidly cut the Luminous Bonds and the Collar of the Culprit, though. We have plenty of removal in green-black. We'll probably end up cutting the Beacon Bolt, too, just because having double off-color is kind of odd. Capture Sphere, we can consider. Passwall Adept is very strong. Citywatch Sphinx, we're absolutely playing. Chemster's Insight is a consideration. Devious Cover-Up, it's a little too cute, so we can cut that. Unexplained Disappearance is a maybe. Demir Informant is just very strong. Maximize Altitude, not really what we're looking to do. Disdainful Stroke is solid for the sideboard. Guild Summit is definitely what we want. Wishcoin Crab, now, it seems odd, but this is actually, a vanilla 2/5 is actually very strong in this format. So that is a consideration also. Since we're just concerned with the main deck, we're going to put Disdainful Stroke to the board. Silent Dart, we shouldn't need. Consider the 2 Lockets. Urban Utopia, good fixer for us. Might of the Masses, probably not where we're going with this. Claw Recluse, probably not where we're going with this. Portcullis Vine, I don't think we have the defenders to maximize that. So probably not Crushing Canopy. Iron Shell Beetle is a good value creature. Sprouting Renewal. I don't think we're going to need that. We have plenty of ways of dealing with enchantments. Crawl Foragers, we absolutely want to play. Pax Favor, probably not. Generous Stray, it's solid. Pitchclaw Recluse is decent, but I don't think we need it. Second Generous Stray is fine. Crushing Canopy in the board. Prey Upon, not sure yet. Pitchclaw Recluse, we have better things we can be doing. I think so far we can consider siding the Bounty Agent. It's more of a maybe kind of plan. Alright, Hired Poisoner, strong maybe, Dowser of Lights. I mean, it's a vanilla 4/5 for 5. Yeah, sometimes it can just get there, but I don't know. That's really what we want. Moonmark Painter, I think we can go with one of them, since we have 2. Partisan Bats, probably not. Pilfering Imp is a maybe. It's something good to suit up with the Glaive of the Guild Pact. Deadly Visit, very strong. Spinal Centipede, 3/2 for 3, that gives you a counter when it dies. Maybe. Severed Strands is another removal spell. Veiled Shade, something to consider. Painter dead weight is another piece of removal. Deadly or burglar rat, hired poisoner. I don't think Child of Night is where we want to be. Crawl Swarm is a good repeatable thing. We have so much removal. I could easily see us playing, 10 non-creature spells with how much removal we have. Probably play one locket. Don't need the second. Let's look at where we are as far as curve. Choose our removal. That's non-creature. 2, 4, 5, 5. 1, 2, 4, 3, 3, 1. Okay, that's question is, where do we want to go with all this? I don't think we need the second Mood Mark Painter, but that could be really useful because it does have that undergrowth. Target creature gets +X +O and menace. I don't want to turn X the number of creature cards in your graveyard. That's really powerful. Wishcoin Crab is cute, but I don't think that's what we need. Crawl Swarm is repeatable. Crawl Foragers is so strong. Dowser of Lights just isn't where we want to be. It just doesn't do enough for us. So far, all of our creatures just really do something important. Let's see. The Generous Stray is great. I don't know we need 2 of them. But let's see. We've got 7, 10, 15, 17, 21, 24 creatures here. That's the entirety of what we want to play, so we need to have a bunch of cuts to make. I like Dimir Informant. I think Pitiless Gorgon is a little beyond what we really want. We don't need 2 hired poisoners. 1 should be fine. Glow Spore, Iron Shell Solid. Veiled Shade is probably just too cute for what we're trying to do. Like, we really want to be removing things and then pushing advantage from there. Which makes me think Sumala Woodshaper probably isn't where we want to be. So we're concerned about creatures in our graveyard. So we want stuff that gives us value, both coming in and going out. We don't have a sack outlet to really utilize Midnight Reaper, but we do have just so much removal. Got dead weight. Basically, what we want to do in these games is stall until we can get to either City Watch Sphinx or something else really big. Glaive makes perfect sense. Gives vigilance, menace. It's reusable, and it leans into our gates. Severed Strands is very strong. Deadly Visit is both removal and surveil. I don't think we need Prey Upon. Yeah, it synergizes with our Hired Poisoner, but I don't think we need it as much. It is very strong though, so we'll consider it. Urban Utopia, we need to hit our colors. Guild Summit lets us power through and draw a whole bunch. Chemist's Insight lets us refill later on. Capture Sphere is powerful, but I don't think that's necessarily what we want to be doing. Got 2 Artful Takedowns, which is very strong. Beacon Bolt is probably too cute for what we're trying to do at this point. Status and Statue, very strong, just straight up destroys things. Find Finality, that's a lot of what we're trying to do. Assassin's Trophy is very strong, and then Discovery Dispersal helps us get to our stuff. So, let's see. We've got a lot of cuts to make here. Burglar Rat is great and stuff like this, but I think it's probably just too cute for what we're trying to do. Like, it doesn't impact quite enough. We're so heavy in our 3s. First World Trooper is just so strong, though. Huh. You could probably cut one of the Generous Strays. Let's see. We don't need Pilfering Imp. Iron Shell Beetle is great in that it buffs something, but it doesn't really do anything after that. Okay, where are we at creature count wise? So we've got 6, 10, 16. That's still a lot of creatures. Can definitely cut some from the 3s and 4s. The 16, that gives us 7 non-creature spells. I think we're going to be more spell heavy. That Surveil is really strong. We can trim the second Generous Stray. It's 15 creatures. So we need to cut a whole bunch of stuff. We could probably cut the locket. Just because we have so much other stuff going on. Cut the Prey Upon. Let's see, we have 14 non-creature spells. And let's see, 3, 9, 15 creatures. So we need to make 6 more cuts. This is hard. It's really hard. We can probably trim the one Poisoner, because we can give Death Touch with Status and Statue. We're probably playing our first land tapped anyway, because of the number of gates we're running. Because we do want to run all 7 of the gates. To go along with other things, so we'll have 17 lands. So 17 lands. We're now at 14 creatures. Is Awkward Assassin really where we want to be? That's the question. It does combo well with Moodmark Painter. But I don't know that that's really what we need. 13 creatures. Which means we can be up to 10 spells. Still need 4 cuts. Probably cut the dead weight. Funny. Probably cut the second Moodmark Painter. No. No. This is a tough one. This is a really tough one. Severed Strands. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature, you gain life equal to the sacrifice creature's toughness, destroy target creature or opponent controls. At 2. Would consider that to cut. Urban Utopia. Also a card and fixes our mana. We're also getting to the point where we're leaner on green. I like Utopia because it replaces itself and it sets us up early. Guild Summit we're absolutely playing. Like, that's the whole point of the strategy that we're taking here. Chemist's Insight helps us refill. Basically building a control deck here. Yeah, I think we can drop the Severed Strands. Well, yeah, Severed Strands can go. Alright, where are we at now? So we got 5, 7, 10, 13 creatures. 10, 12 spells, so we're at 25 cards. We still need to make 2 cuts. That's tough. Chemist's Insight is so good. Seven gates. So we're going to be wanting to play gates on turn 1. Want to play them on turn 1, turn 4, turn 5. Possibly more. Okay. Gotta make 2 cuts. This is really hard. What's Centipede do for us? I think we can cut the Centipede. And I think that's as low on creatures as we can reasonably go. Unless we drop, like, a Mood Mark Painter. Yeah, I think we can actually drop a Mood Mark Painter. Well, yeah, because Crawl Swarm we can keep getting back. City Watch Sphinx, it's just a beater. Yeah, Glaive of the Guild Pact is just so strong. I think our last cut does end up being the Mood Mark Painter. This is hard. Yeah, I think that's where we end up. 12 spells, 11 creatures, which is a lot fewer creatures than I generally recommend, but, you know, this was a strange format overall. So our plan is that on turn 1, we always want to be playing a gate. Basically, we've got 7 of them. See if we can get everything in frame. But yeah, my build from this is a heavy control build. You got the two. Okay, so you got Glowspore Shaman, Passwall Adept, Glaive of the Guild Pact, Urban Utopia, Assassin's Trophy, Discovery Dispersal, Midnight Reaper, Darkblade Agent, Demir Informant, Erstwhile Trooper, Guild Summit, Rhizome Lurcher, Moodmark Painter, Chemster's Insight, Artful Takedown, Status and Statue, Crawl Swarm, Crawl Foragers, Deadly Visit, City Watch Sphinx, Find Finality, Demir Guildgate, Golgari Guildgate, Gateway Plaza, Selesnya Guildgate, Is it Guildgate, Is it Guildgate? So, I think that really gives us a good starting point, and then in games like 3 and 4, in our later games we can update as needed. But this feels like a very solid Sultai control to me. Well, let's see if we can get it to show up a little more clearly. Yeah, this is how I would run this build. So, yeah, let me know in the comments what you would do. If I, really went against things that you thought. We had some really good early Death Touchers, which also could be kind of good. But I like more of this hard control style. I could also see building a tempo Golgari build out of this, or even a tempo Sultai out of this. But yeah. Alright, thank you for joining me on this adventure. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It is the best way to help out the channel in a non-monetary fashion. If you'd also like to help out in a monetary fashion, we have a Patreon. It is linked on the About page. So yeah, as always, until next time, stay awesome, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.